This is the Pinarello Dogma F12 disc. Pinarello's all guns blazing aerodynamic bike. But this one isn't quite the usual spec we see. This one is kitted out with some super bling spec. We've got Campagnolo Super Record EPS and their latest Bora Ultra WTO wheels. Finally, an Italian bike with an Italian group set. I'm going to give you the run through of all the specs of the bike. Crucially, I'm going to then do our freehab sound check and then let you know how much it weighs. I've been fortunate enough to ride this bike for a couple of weeks now, and I can confirm it certainly catches people's attention with this outrageous paint job. It was in fact painted by Pinarello, the same chap who did Filippo Ganna's Bolide time trial bike. You've got this lovely matte satin black that contrasts against the iridescent gold paintwork. It's not any old gold though. The iridescence means it pops and is similar to that on the shell of a beetle. From some angles it appears green and others gold. It's stunning. You then have these mirrored silver logos too. They aren't flat. There is a brushed steel effect going on in there, which just looks superb. This kind of finish takes several layers and lots of work to achieve, but it's worth it. We need to do a poll on this. I can't decide if the frame is green or is it gold. Head over to the GCN app and get a vote in to let us know what colour you think it is. At the core of this bike is the F12 disc frame and forks, constructed from T1100 1K unidirectional carbon fibre. At the rear triangle here, we've got this lovely asymmetrical frame design, and throughout the frame we've got internally routed cables, and on the down tube over here we've got the EPS port neatly tucked away out of harm's way. I always see people in the comments section asking why don't we ever show any bikes that have got Campagnolo on them. Well, today is your lucky day because this bike has got Campagnolo Super Record EPS. And I gotta say, it does look incredible. Oh, and it's even better once you get up close and personal with it. The chainset uses Campag's Ultra Torque axle, and it's cool how the carbon spider extends right out to the edge of the chainrings to help increase stiffness. Even the rear mech is a bit of a work of art with all that carbon fibre. We have 172.5mm cranks with 36 52-tooth chainrings and an 11 32-tooth 12-speed cassette. The nice thing is with 12-speed that you can have a wide range cassette without that big jump in gears. Up front we have the Talon Ultra one-piece bar and stem combination that Pinarello say is 10% lighter, 8% stiffer and 5% more aero than the old design. This one is a 44cm wide bar and 120mm long stem. We have a neat out the front mount for the head unit and then the very carefully shaped carbon levers with their super gloss finish. The thumb button is a bit out of the way to reach in some positions, but it has a nice positive feel to it. Keeping this bike rolling along smoothly are Campagnolo's Bora Ultra WTO wheels. Now we've spoken about these a fair bit recently, but they represent the latest technology as used by Campagnolo, and they feature cold ceramic cup and cone bearings. Very nice. Internal nipples reduce rotational drag, but are less practical for servicing and maintenance. Campag have ingeniously solved this issue with their Momag nipples, which can be adjusted externally when using a special key. A carbon hub shell, a new rim profile and design is what the WTO part of this name is for, wind tunnel optimised. These are the 45mm deep ones, but there are also 33 and 60mm options. In keeping with the superbike design is the metallic copper logos on the wheels, which catch the sun and really look the business. At the top of the seat post is a Salitalia SLR Boost Superflow, my saddle of choice in an S3 size with carbon rails and a carbon fibre base. It's also the saddle that Ollie chooses. Tyres are the Pirelli P0 TLR races in 28mm wide, and as you'd imagine, I've got them set up tubeless. Did I mention I really love tubeless tyres? But these wheels actually feature a completely sealed and moulded rim bed, so there's no need for any tubeless rim tape inside. At the centre of the wheels, we've got a 160mm disc rotor at the front and a 140mm rotor at the rear. Right then, on to the part which I know you've all been waiting for, the weight of this bike. I've had this thing on the scales of truth back at GCN Mega Base, and I can confirm 7.8 kilograms is the weight for this bike, which, not super light, but you gotta remember it's an all-out aero bike, which is pretty good really, isn't it? So also, let's move on to our free hub sound check. Let's get this thing up to speed. Whoa, that is rude. That's what Ollie would say. Might take a while, doesn't it? This bike is certainly good enough in my eyes to be classed as a super bike, but I want to know what you guys think. So let me know your thoughts on this bike in the comments section down below. If you want to see this bike in action, head over to the GCN channel. You can see myself and Ollie riding this beautiful bike through the Lake District. That's it for now. See you later.